Ooh. Okay, good evening everybody. Here we are for another Team 3R group ride, and this time we're on the new Dirty Reiver course. For me tonight it's going to be a bit of a recovery ride. I've been doing the Tour du Monde and my legs are absolutely shattered after yesterday's stage. So a nice easy 2 kilo maximum recovery ride. Okay, well let's hope some more hardy folks turn up. I saw Lou on the list, so with a bit of luck he'll turn up. My legs are sore. Straight after this ride I've got the launch pad on Swift, so 2 short rides. Riley's made it, good. Hello, who's that? Can anybody hear me on the Discord channel?
Derek.
Hi, who's that?
It's Colin. How you doing, mate?
No, I'm good, thanks. So the Discord's working fine then?
Seems to be, mate. Yeah, that's right.
Good stuff. This is my first time trying it with RGT, so we'll see how it goes.
Sure. No problem. I used it last year on, well, obviously RGT's original was called Road Grand Tours.
Okay.
So I used it there. I used to ride Lou last year. Lou might not remember though.
No, I wasn't here then. I was on Swift.
Swift, yeah.
So I'm trying to bring the Team3R rides across to RGT now.
Sure. Good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm riding at about 2.0 watt kilos today, Colin, because
Yep.
It's a recovery ride for me. My legs are shattered.
Sure. I bet they are. After your exploits in the tour, eh?
Yeah, it's been a good competition.
Good show. Have you done this course before?
No, this is the first time, so I'm looking forward to it.
I've done it a couple of times now, so it's not too hard.
Oh, good.
There is a 16% climb at one point, but it doesn't go on for very long.
Okay. Yeah, I mean the graphics look stunning that I have seen, so
yeah,
see how it goes. Okay, start pedaling. Here we go. Nice and steady out the gate.
Yeah. There's a climb straight away as well, just not overly bad. Just round this first corner, there's a wee climb.
Okay.
No, the reason I texted you, Derek, was the Facebook page, or Facebook group that said 7:30 GMT.
Oh, okay.
Just in case it confused any other riders.
I'll have a look at that later because John didn't put it into the app until really late on tonight, so...
Right.
Oh, slow my pace down a bit.
So you straight on Zwift after this, are you?
Yeah, I'm leading the launchpad ride, which is like it's an easy ride, but it's one which is like an introduction to Swift. Better turn some fans on.
Got a few bots in this one, is there?
Yeah, I programmed them to be round and about where we are.
Yeah.
And there's a couple going faster for the people that want to push up front. But there's also some behind us, so there should be something for everybody.
Good.
Right.
Evening, gents.
Hello, who's that?
It's Riley.
Hey, hi Riley. Glad you could.
How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good. Good, I'm live streaming this, so your voice is on tape now. No escaping.
The best not swear then.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Keep it nice. Oh. So what did you think of yesterday's stage, Riley?
It was a bit of a killer, that one.
Oh, it was brutal, man, brutal. I mean,
Yeah.
when they said hills, I thought, yeah, okay, you know, some nice hills to break it up. I didn't realise it meant that the hills would be so brutal.
I had a bonk about an hour in. I live streamed mine as well, and you can see the power figures just disintegrate as I'm there frantically trying to open a gel.
Yeah, I managed to keep the hydration and the I was using gel, so I managed to keep that good. But my mistake yesterday was I started too fast, and I've only got one lung anyway, so I was out of breath, and I lost wheels after we crested the first hill. I just lost wheels because I couldn't breathe. So
Right.
lesson learned. I'll take it easier tomorrow at the start and work my way into the climb.
I had a very good mid-ride climb. That climb in the middle was really well suited to my gearing, my power,
Yeah.
and I made about 10 spaces up on that climb. But then after that, the wheels just fell off the bus. It all went to pot.
Well, I was doing well on the climbs. I was dropping the riders around me because I was riding in a small group, and I was dropping them on the climb. But then they were clawing it back, you know, when the climb finished.
Yeah.
So, but tomorrow should be different because the climb doesn't relent. There'll be nowhere for people once you drop them to get back. And I'm looking forward to that aspect of it. It's a true
It was
climb.
one of those courses yesterday where if you dropped someone on the climb, you had to make it to the next group so that you had someone to work with on the flat.
Yeah, and I couldn't do that. I'm just not strong enough on the flat yet.
Yeah. I had to drop back once to just have someone to work with on the flat.
But all good stuff.
Forgot about changing kit, by the way. My nose them in purple.
Oh, don't worry. To be honest, tonight was just a bit of a mishmash because it was changed at the last minute to Mondays. Normally it's Tuesday, and I was never really up for, you know, a big group ride. So I chose a course that I knew would finish in under the hour, and and that's taken it steady as well. So yeah.
I think I did it in I rode it on Saturday morning. I think it took me about just over 40 minutes.
That sounds about right. That'll just give me enough time to towel down before I've got the launch pad straight after this. So.
Are you still doing a ride on Tuesday, or is that?
No,
I'm
doing the TDM, so obviously no ride on Tuesday.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's why I've had to swap things around. That's why I say, Riley, tonight is just an afterthought, really, to keep my customer base happy. But because it wasn't, and because it wasn't advertised, it's a poor turnout, which is more down. You know, it's just down to the Christmas break. John didn't get my my message till today. So and even then it was late on tea time when he got it. So no worries. I'm not.
Hopefully they'll get into more.
Well, what I will do
the system with the group riders.
Yeah, what I will do with the once we finish the Tour du Monde, is I will schedule all the group rides a month in advance. So
Yeah.
they'll all be in the app. You know, people will be able to sign up. It'll just make it a lot cleaner.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a fair few people seem to be having a look at RGT now.
Yeah, plenty of my friends are. So, and in fact, I've just messaged a couple of racers over on Swift this evening asking them to take a look because of the racing dynamics, which are much better than Swift's. So we'll see.
I think my Wi-Fi might have just dropped. I'm not sure. Something's gone.
Okay. You're still showing.
You turn into a Dalek, Derek. Just give me a second. Don't know if it's my end or yours.
It's your end. You're sounding good here.
Oh, it's just come back good. So you just pulled a couple of riders over from Zwift.
Yeah, they're going to try out the racing, so we'll see how they like it. But I think they will, because I think the dynamics are much better.
Yeah.
And the graphics, I mean, this route really shows off the graphics. I'm viewing it in Ultra, and it looks stunning.
Oh, it's just tremendous. I like when you get to the higher point and you can see the hills in the distance, and even they've got trees on.
Great. Well, it'll be interesting to see. We're on tarmac at the moment, and I'm watching the kph speed. It'll be interesting to see how the gravel affects that.
Yeah.
Over on Swift, it's very noticeable. When you go from the tarmac to the gravel, you can really see a difference.
It didn't feel as dramatic the other day when I did it.
Okay, well, we'll see.
I think in general as well, with the users coming over to RGT, they're seeming like they're trying more to get it to work, instead of just saying, oh, I'm going back to Zwift. Saying, oh, well, maybe I can try this, maybe I can do that, I'll have a look at this. Which is much more positive.
Yeah, but what a lot of folks that are complaining don't realise, Riley, is I was in, you know, from the very first days of Swift, and they had all kinds of issues. I mean, literally, you couldn't go for a ride without having an issue. And so, you know, RGT's still early, and I think they've cracked it. I think they've got a really good platform. So we'll see. I think you've got to give it a chance, and more importantly, you've got to sort out your own end.
Well, that's it. I think people are looking at it going, it works on Zwift, why doesn't RGT work? Because they look like similar programs, but in the background they're completely different.
Yeah, and you need good Wi-Fi for RGT to work. If you've got poor Wi-Fi, anything wrong with your Wi-Fi at all, and you're going to struggle.
Yeah. Ideally wired. You're looking realistically wired just to make your life easy.
I'm wired, but with an extra Wi-Fi router for the phone, just for the phone, to make sure I've got a strong signal. And I never have any issues that way. I think the only issues I've had have been at my end.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those scenarios. When you're kicking things and complaining, and then you notice the cables come loose.
Yeah, I mean, the other day, my power wasn't showing and neither was my cadence. So I simply exited out of everything, switched it back on, and it was perfect.
Yeah.
And the key now is I turn up for rides in plenty of time in case there is a problem.
Yeah, definitely. That used to be one of the slight cheats to the game. Because if you turned up first, you got on the front row and it gave you a slight advantage.
Yeah.
But they've just removed the collision for the first 100 metres of the races. So now if you're behind someone, you can ride through them for that first 100 metres before the usual stuff takes over then.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter where you are as long as you're putting the power down.
Yeah. Because it used to, when you've got that sort of straight out of the gun, if you're at the back of the grid and the guy in front of you wasn't ready, you'd go straight into the back of him and you'd auto brake.
Yeah.
So you might be a stronger rider, but you can't get past him. So they've got rid of that now for a bit. I think it makes it more sensible.
Yeah, have you done any riding on Swift?
Not for years.
Because the biggest downfall with Swift is what's known as the sticky draft.
Yeah.
You know, and it really is pretty awful. I mean, it's great if you're doing group rides, like we have 500 plus on our group rides. So it's great for that. But you take part in a race and it's a total nightmare. Because sometimes you just cannot get past riders in front.
Yeah. But the rider could be 15 seconds away from where you think they are.
Yeah. Yeah, the great thing with RGT is you can see the rider and you can see yourself either closing or losing ground. And I love that.
You know it's true.
Yeah.
I was chatting to some riders over at BMCR, the British Masters, and it just came up that one of them was a bit miffed that he'd finished in front of somebody, but when the results came out, he wasn't. He was second place. So I just suggested they try RGT because it was built differently, and the Masters, there's quite a few of them racing now on the Friday nights.
Well, you've got two of my really good friends. You've got Christopher O'Hearn. He's heavily...
Oh, you're friends with Chris?
I'm very good friends with Chris. And Robert Massimo Baldi is also a very good friend of mine.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, next time you're chatting to them, just mention me. They think I'm crazy because of the stunts. I used to do silly mileage on Swift way back in the day.
Yeah. I used to chat to Chris quite often when we were in lockdown. I used to bump into him on the roads and used to have some quite long chats with him.
Well, Chris was involved in one of the best Masters series I've ever ridden over on Swift. He sorted out the category, along with the other guys. I'm not just giving all the benefit to Chris, but Chris sorted out the categories and everything into age groups as well as into, you know, what kilo. And it just worked so well. You know, it was fantastic. You were racing against similar people, you know, both in age and in category. And it just
started Tuesday night track. Have you seen that?
Yes, yeah. Sadly, because of the Tour du Monde, I can't attend, but I will when we've finished.
Yeah, that definitely is. It looks like a really interesting, fun format.
I like to support all the guys that are really trying, you know. And you can't do everything, but I will try.
No.
I'll try as much as I can to show support.
There's some really big crossovers at the moment between the races.
Well, look at what Herd have done, though, by coming across to RGT. I mean, they've done an amazing job. How many are they getting on their group rides now?
Who's that, sorry?
Herd. The Herd riders. Yeah.
I've not been on a herd one for a little bit. Last time I was on there, it was around about 50. But in the last fortnight, all of the rides seem to have jumped up.
Yeah, I think
by
they're well over
considerable
100
margin.
now. Yeah. Well over 100 riders, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And seeing quite a lot of members from the herd coming over, seeing quite a few Team 3R members popping up on the forum, requesting membership. So obviously stirring people up.
Oh, there's a lot of climbing on this course. It's only gentle, thankfully.
Those red ones kick in a bit, don't they?
Yeah, just a bit.
I seem to looked at it. Reckon we lost about 10 kph coming onto the gravel.
I thought about 7.
Maybe when we first came onto it, we were on a descent at the same time. So
Yeah. I think the same average speed for the same gradient slope is about 7 kph.
would you say that's right for real life?
Yeah, I'd say that's about spot on, because that's what I mean, when I'm riding off-road in real life on my big bike, I'm expecting anything between 5 and 10 kph difference in the terrain, and the middle point is 7.5. So I'd say this is pretty accurate.
That's good.
I'll know better when I look at the video later. I'll compare it with some of my real life Strava files.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm
looking...
liking the
Sorry, go on.
tuft of grass waving at you in the middle of the road. You almost look like flames from a distance.
Yeah. At first I thought it was like horse droppings, till I
I
realised...
did think that.
I thought, oh, they've got horses on the course. We'll end up seeing a horse in a minute.
No goats.
Not yet. Looking forward to getting to the top and seeing the view of the reservoir.
Oh yeah. And then a bit of descending as well.
Where's Colin? Are you way ahead? Can you still hear us?
I still hear you, yeah. I'm 0.17 mile in front of Riley, so...
Yeah,
I'm just
270 metres according to my metric.
Yeah. I'm listening to your chat.
Yeah.
Closing in on E-Cala. That's, I say, I've still got the 16% is just about to come up.
Okay. He's obviously on the downhill because he's not putting out any watts.
Just as a reference to your discussion there, pre the course change in post, I was 7 minutes slower over the hour.
Okay.
Before they turn the gravel on, is that? Colin?
Yes. Yep.
Ooh, got a new rider appeared.
Ah, yes. That's another nice thing I like about the platform. You can late join pretty easily.
Yeah. You can, with a little bit of effort, find the rider you want to join as well.
Oh, you'll have to show me how to do that then. That would be useful skill to know.
Yeah. I know, I'm sure Lou's used it in the past in group rides to go back to catch people
Okay.
rather than waiting for them.
Well, it'd be useful for me because I intend running like longer rides, 100-kilometre rides. And there will be times when I have to hand over or I have to take over from other riders.
Yeah.
So being able to join a specific rider would be a really good feature for me.
It is pretty easy, but you have to just check that it works as you expect.
Okay. Well, I'll chat with you later about that because it's definitely something I want to get working.
Well, I'll message you over some images. It's probably easier to do that than try and talk it through.
Yeah.
Nice gradient on that corner.
Yeah. Oh, 13.6. Nice. 17.8. Wow. Red numbers now.
Be an interesting point in a race, that, when you knew it was coming up.
Yeah. That would certainly split the group, I reckon. Or give you a point to jump.
Oh, did Carlos see you coming and give up?
It stopped.
The trick with those kind of gradients in a race, though, is to get in the big ring and whiz past the rider, and you just demoralise them.
Yep.
That's my tactic anyway. You know, I open up a 6-7 metre gap in no time at all, and then just keep the power down long enough to be out of sight.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
And
be
you're
telling
already in the right gear for the flat section that appears afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. I shouldn't be telling you my tactics, though.
I just about to see you giving it all away, mate.
Where's David on the course then?
I don't know, he's buggered off somewhere.
Hoffman there as well, isn't there? Another new.
Just asked where David is.
Is it D-Owen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's David.
Right, okay, 1.2 miles in front of me.
Okay. I thought he would have taken off. He's a good bit faster than us.
He's putting out 2.7 in it.
Yeah, and he's pretty lightweight as well.
As in,
Dead skinny. He's a big...
65 kilo.
He's tall, but he's very skinny, or he was.
Right.
Last time I saw him.
Well, he's slowly uphill. I done the group ride with Lou yesterday.
Oh, the Sunday group ride. Oh,
Yeah.
losing track of days still.
Yeah. It was
Do
good
you
though,
enjoy
'cause
it?
Yeah. I've just got my partner interested in RGT as well, so we can both do it together.
Oh, fantastic.
So she sits at the back and then I sit with her. So it's myself, my partner, Lou, and another guy, R. Stone.
Oh, Rob, yeah.
We just took it turns to go to the front and push. Basically like a team time trial.
Nice.
So it was really good. So that's my partner's longest ride yesterday. I think it was 24 miles. That was good.
Yeah, Lou's rides are really good. I support him
Yeah.
when I can. And
Yeah.
he generally comes on mine as well.
Yep.
So we support each other. But I just like the chill out nature of them. He's very
Yeah,
laid
definitely.
back and yeah.
Really balanced.
Yep.
That lad Rob that you're talking about, he's him and his son ride them, and he does sort of one day competitive, and one day he'll drop at the back and help out. But yeah, when I ride on the same ride, and when he's on one,
He's on a mission, isn't he?
oh, he finishes 20, maybe 30 minutes before me.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
rapid.
beast.
Wow.
He's a real beast. I know he came on one of our rides and took off, and I couldn't believe the speed.
Yeah.
We were on Cap Formenta, and like I was on a PB. I think I did 53 minutes, and he like finished, in something like 45.
Wow.
Just
Between him and his son, I think they've won the CTT on the Monday nights. They won virtually everyone for 3 months, everyone that attended for about 3 months.
okay.
I done that last Monday. just out of curiosity. Wow.
Rapid. He did a 24-hour. Well, you know, Derek, don't you? He did a 24-hour endurance ride the other week.
Yeah, he did. He did over 800k, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a tidy pace all the way through it.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. When I was at my best, I did 779, and I was riding like thousands of kilometers every week, and and really as fit as a butcher's dog. And Rob, without trying, Rob manages to keep the pace he did up for that long. Just very, very impressive.
He didn't. He trained, but he was still riding. Well, he did the Borrego 100 on the Sunday with me. Did 5 hours on the bike with me in the morning, and then he went and did. Another lad that we know was doing a Everesting road, so he rode a good portion of that with him, and then the day after jumped on and did a 24-hour.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, just not quite sure how you managed that.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something, my backside wouldn't manage it.
No, mine neither.
No.
Okay.
Right, here come the views.
Okay. Let's have a look.
See, if you're on Ultra now and you're looking into the distance and all those hills have got trees on them still.
I chop and change between I've got an Apple TV, and sometimes I use it on the laptop as well. And the difference with the laptop's amazing.
Yeah, the Apple TV is convenient.
Very convenient, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, the graphics aren't bad on it, but it's night and day when you run the two of them together.
Yeah.
And it's not a 4K Apple TV, so it only renders in medium, I think, as well.
Do you still get the scenery at all on that one then, or is it blue around the Magic Roads?
No, the scenery was there yesterday when I done the Magic Road.
So I think some of the slightly older non-4K ones, they don't get the scenery at all, they just have the road.
Right, okay.
You can't beat a good PC though.
No, you can't. I'm quite fortunate as well. I got one of the top of the range Reiver laptops, so that should do a while.
Yeah. My old bus is due a bit of an upgrade now, I think. That's the next thing. I just bought a new turbo, so save a few more pennies and then
What did you buy?
next. I got a Machine T300.
Right, okay.
Never heard of it.
They're Chinese manufacturer. They started out copying Wahoo, like dead right, they're like total copies.
Okay.
And this one now is kind of like the first of their own creations.
Well, I'm on the Kickr course, so I think it's the same as that, is it not?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on
Same
the
one.
Kickr as well.
Same spec, like
Yeah.
plus or minus 2%, I think it is.
Yeah.
But cost 500 quid, so
It's alright.
yeah. So
Well,
I was on a
Be cool.
Beacle Pro prior to that, which it's night and day.
Yeah.
Too.
What was the Pro, the one with the big fan at the rear? Looked like a fan?
No, the Pro is like a small. The back end kind of looks a bit like a peanut,
Right.
a big peanut, but yeah.
Right. And did you ever use the Be Cool software?
I did initially, but
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think much of it.
Well, I started off in that about 4 years ago, maybe. Just on the Be Cool stuff. Then went to Zwift. And
Yeah.
then I discovered RGT under its Road Grand Tours guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So I think they've taken quite a few things away from that, which would help. So, like, so if you were doing a free ride, you could pick a rider that you wanted to join,
Yeah.
and that's no longer available, I believe.
You can still pick a ride. I was just saying to Derek, it's a little bit of a different procedure now.
All right. Okay.
But you can't pick them within ride. Because
Right.
apparently they were saying there was too many options when you got to go to the ride, and some of the newer users,
Right.
for existing users, it's dead easy, we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
For newer users, they were getting a bit confused.
Okay.
So they took a load of the features out, simplified it, and then they're going to gradually feed some of the most popular ones back in.
Right. Does that make sense? I mean, they've got to attract new users, but at the same time, not too many new users, depending on how much bandwidth they've got, server space they've got.
Yeah, I think whenever they had some issues at the beginning of lockdown when they went free.
Yeah.
They got to the end of that, then they upped the server usage when they went to back to one user for Magic Roads.
Right.
They upped the servers then.
Right. Okay.
And from the sound of things, they upped them quite a bit.
Yeah.
And and I think I'm not sure if they did it with this latest update, but they're also moving to Google servers because apparently they're more configurable.
All right, okay.
Than the Amazon ones.
Is that what they're on just now, is it?
Like I said, I'm not sure they've already changed.
Changed, right, okay.
But they were on the
AWS.
AWS, yeah. And they're switching over to Google because they're just better. What's the word? More you can do with it.
Yeah.
More efficient. I think there's more changes you can make into it as well.
At the user end rather than at the back end, I suppose.
I think you can make it more personal to your particular program instead of it being a one package fits all.
Fits all, yep. So Derek, what time's your ride at Zwift tonight?
8:35 CET, which is 7:35.
7:35 PM, right, okay.
Yeah.
You're not advertising Swift rides, are you, Derek?
No, but I'm still. I mean, I've been on Swift since the very early days. I was one of, it was me that started Team3R group rides. So I have a soft spot, definitely, for Team3R because Team3R with WBR with DZI, we've come a long way. We started like I started here on RGT with just a handful of riders, and we're getting 500 plus now.
Yeah.
On the group rides. I mean, you can't do much better than that. So, yeah,
how many can Swift go up to on a group ride?
Sorry?
How many can Swift go up to on a group ride?
It's infinite. It's infinite.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, what happens is, as a leader, you get a beacon, and you can only see 100 riders around you. The graphics draws 100 riders, so you can have 500, and you'll never see those off the front or those off the back, unless they're moving about. But no, the number of rides, I mean, WKG have had some absolutely stonking rides, and the Australians, they have a group ride on the weekend, and they're the biggest group rides, and they get nearly 1,000 riders.
Wow.
So, but when you think how many customer base Swift have got, that's not particularly unusual,
Yeah.
Well, you've dropped me, guys.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I was messaging on the chat I didn't realise it.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm just enjoying myself.
Just temper, but I don't think Mr. Skeet's not going too fast.
Yeah, I'm just tempo me. We're nearly done.
Yeah. Thanks, Colin.
No problem, mate. Pal again.
Here we go. Back on.
Ooh, that give way then.
Yes, nicely rendered course.
Yes. Certainly been popular. It's had the biggest ride so far, I think, on RGT.
Yeah, that surprises me because Cap Formenta is just an absolutely unbelievable ride. My favourite.
It's fantastic. It's so close to real life as well. I just feel like pulling off the beach.
Yeah. Well, I used to take groups out there. I used to be a coach, and I took groups out there training, so I know it intimately.
Yeah. I've probably seen you actually on the climb at some point.
Yeah, I loved it.
I was supposed to have been there in May, but the world had different ideas.
Yeah. Well,
I'd like to do Sacalobra as well, but
yeah, that's beautiful as well.
probably not as good from a computer aspect as it is in real life.
No, Sacalobra is pretty special in real life.
Yeah.
I think it's actually harder than Cap Formenta.
I would have said so. It's a bit more demoralising as well because you're not sure when you're ever going to finish the climb. You're that close to it.
Yeah, you can't work out where the top is.
No. I've done Sabatelli and pushed hard on Sabatelli before cresting and going down into Sacalobra, and the legs were not really happy with me, but coming the return journey on that occasion, there was a little bit of mental anguish coming on.
But I'll tell you which stage is going to sort the men from the boys in the TDM, and that's the final stage.
I've been trying not to look at it.
Trust me, that is a complete animal. I mean,
I thought tomorrow was going to be a... Is that not?
yeah, but tomorrow's short.
Right.
When you're on that final stage, you're looking at over 2 hours.
Oh. Your legs are drained.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, most people are looking at over 2 hours, let's put it that way.
That's me then. So it sounds a bit like I did the multi-roller in when we did the RGT. And that was a punishing ride. And my tyre blew out on the turbo.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
But ruined my time, but I just changed the tyre and finished, and that's it. It was like, oh, not doing that again.
Well, I'm the slowest member of our team, but we've got one guy, Steve, and he reckons he's going to finish on the podium of the KOM.
All right.
So he's looking tomorrow at being right up in the top 3, and then thereafter improving his position overall.
Oh, fantastic. Is it Taylor? Steve Taylor?
Yeah, Steve Taylor, that's it, yeah. I mean, his numbers are impressive.
He does a heck of a lot of riding.
I don't know much about him. I've just checked him out since he joined the team, and like I say, his numbers are impressive.
Yeah. I think he's rode virtually every day for about 3 years or something stupid like that.
Okay. I know he's riding for a charity, so...
Yeah. He's got a book on Amazon, if you're interested. Ride to Cure Neuroblastoma. think it's only about £2. It's an ebook, but all the proceeds go to charity. So
Okay, I'll have to check it
Fantastic.
out. Seems like a really nice guy.
yeah, he does. He's got quite an interesting life story involved with cycling, anyway.
Well, you don't know mine, Riley. Mine's pretty interesting.
I've learned a little bit of yours, Derek.
You know, I was told I had 12 months to live in 2012.
You're stretching that out a bit.
So I decided to cycle around the world. 2.5 years later, I'm still alive and kicking. Yeah, it's... Cycling literally saved my life.
That's good to hear.
You're certainly passionate about it.
Yeah, I am, yes. I owe so much to it, to be honest, because I suffer from depression, I don't mind admitting it, and cycling's like my medicine.
You and me both, mate. You and me both.
It just keeps me on a level keel.
Yeah.
I think there's quite a few people I'll admit to RGT have been a big saving grace for me this summertime. Prior to this, most of my cycling is social cycling. I go out with my friends, we go ride to a coffee shop, we have a coffee, we go somewhere. And that, that's killed it all this year.
Yeah.
Having the virtual rides, loose group rides and chatting to people and having the exercise at the same time has been a big bonus.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Riley?
Live in South Manchester, Warrington, a place called Lim.
Yes, know it, yeah.
Not many hills around here, though.
But you're not far from them.
Swiss Hill's probably the most famous of the ones around near me.
Yeah, I used to ride on the Lancaster-Yorkshire border quite a lot.
Trying to think where you'd be. Which climbs would you be hitting there?
Well, we'd be coming from Home Firth.
Oh yeah.
And coming over there. Now then, I'm trying to think of the name myself.
Well, the wife's from Huddersfield.
Well, we'd be going over near where's that big Saddleworth Moor? Over that area. Yeah. So there's some pretty tough climbs and pretty open moorland. It's pretty desolate up there.
Yeah, the wife's from Huddersfield, and some of the family live over in Leeds, so I rode back from Huddersfield and Leeds a few times.
Yeah, I was born in Huddersfield.
All right, whereabouts?
Lindley. North Huddersfield. Lindley.
Her family's from Almondbury.
Almondbury, I know it well. We lived there on a place called North Carr in Almondbury. Lived there for many years.
There's a fair few hills around there.
Yeah, there certainly is. My wife's buried in the little church in Almondbury. She died of cancer in 2009.
That's not good to hear.
Yeah, that's what I say, I've got quite a story. I've been fighting cancer myself and my loved ones since I was a kid.
Are you still got life-limiting conditions, Derek, or are you?
No, I'm clear. I've been clear for quite a while now.
Oh, that's good news.
The only issue... Sorry, go on.
So did anyone feel the speed lift then when we just hit that tarmac? Just felt like real life then, that.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Here's the finish banner. So thanks everybody for coming.
Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Riley.
It's been a really enjoyable ride.
For a chat. Yeah, it's been pleasant.
And
Thought
just
Mr. Skeet was going to jump us to the line then.
Ah, look. There we go. Finishing together. That's a good ride. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Thanks, Derek. Enjoy your launch pad. See you next time, Colin. Take care.
Yeah,
Okay.
you too, mate. Take care.
That's
Cheers.
me.
Bye
I'm
now.
travel down in time for the True 2, so we'll see you later.
See ya.
Oh.